Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is my late review for Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 26, I believe. Episode something. It's in the title. It's fine. Look, I know everybody live right now. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but I didn't feel like doing a premiere, so I'm going to do this live no matter how many folks is watching. But thank y'all for being the live watchers. Thank y'all also for the replay watchers who will watch this later and be like, dang, I missed the live. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but y'all know first things first. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. Dun. Okay, around here. Do not forget to also like the video and do all these things right here, liking and commenting and sharing and, relaxing and relating and releasing, centering yourself and everyone around you while inhaling and exhaling because it's the thing to do, okay? Do not forget to follow me on social media, okay, at JayLeesCorner on IG and on Twitter. If you want to donate and give a little monetary something for me entertaining y'all on CashApp, feel free to do that as well. At where? At JayLeesCorner. Now, look. I am here and stuff. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. Okay, and everything. Hey, Ma. Hey. So I want to go ahead and get this review done because after this review, I will be live for Ready to Love later on today because it is Super Bowl Sunday. Okay, I'm going to be live after the halftime show because I don't really care about football. And I feel like other folks also don't care about football, but we all want to see the halftime show and talk about that. So the live right now was set for 7:30, but of course y'all know whenever the halftime show ends, come on over to JayLeesCorner. We can talk about the performances, okay, of the halftime show because of Snoop Dogg and Eminem and Kendrick Lamar and Dr. Dre, and of course the wonderful, amazing Mary J. Blige. I cannot wait to see how that show goes. So that will be today, okay? Begin right after this live. I'll be live for Ready to Love, and later on I'll see what else I'm gonna do. I don't know. But let's get into the episode. So I feel like everyone needs therapy. I feel like everyone needs a therapist, look, marriage therapy, individual therapy, husband therapy, wife therapy, parent therapy. My boyfriend may go to jail for 10 years therapy or whatever, but I'm like, they all just need help around here, but I'm like, whatever. Now that we first see Sean and TT. Sean and TT are forever, in my opinion, discussing, talking about, and just fussing about this wedding. And I don't know if it's the fact that TT is being too controlling, trying to plan this wedding quick, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what is going on? Why you want it so fast? Or if it's like that Sean wants to be included, she isn't including him, and that's why he's a bit aggravated. I'm not sure, but I'm tired of them fussing about this wedding. But y'all know weddings are very stressful. That's why you should have a wedding planner. And I mean, while you walk around here in Christian Dior a handbag, TT, you couldn't pay nobody to plan your wedding. You can pay anybody. So now you and your fiance keep fussing about stuff that is so minimum. I'm gonna leave that go. I'm gonna leave that be. So I feel like he feel like she doesn't involve him enough, and she feel like, well, he know I'm bossy in life and not planning everything that we do around here. I plan this and not plan that, and so he should be used to me doing these things or whatever. But I'm like, but if it's a wedding, isn't it supposed to have both people? But she also tells him how, well, look, the one thing you can do for me is you can be the one to contact your friends and family or whatever about them coming to the wedding if they had their testing done, because they're gonna gotta have, C19 testing and all of that. My signal being done, going in and out, you know what I'm saying? Just ignore that. I'm still here, okay? But anyway, because she's like, I'm already dealing with my side of the guest list. Why can't you be the one to deal with your side of the guest list? And he's like, well, look, you were the one who decided for us to quickly plan this wedding last minute or whatever. And I do not want to be the one reaching out to family and friends who have lives, jobs, children. Like, hey, can y'all come to Florida in 2 weeks to this wedding, and they like, what? We gotta save some money. We gotta get some childcare. Request vacation days off or whatever. See, like I don't want to be the one inconveniencing people, so I'm assuming that's why he wants TT to be the one to talk to people because he like, well, you the one who said let's quickly get married, in a couple of weeks, and she was like, I'm like, but again, I don't get the rush, but I'm gonna leave that be as well. Now later on, when she talks to her mama. Okay, so now I think mom name was Maureen. She talked to her mama, whatever, and about the wedding plan and how she wished when they had postponed the wedding the first time that they would have kept planning things, but they postponed it and kind of stopped planning stuff. And now she feels rush, so they have to get married to get things done. And they don't have no time. And I'm looking like, well, you don't really have to rush the wedding if you don't want to, but it seemed like you want to. I don't know why it's freezing, y'all. Let me pop off camera because y'all see me, and now I'm gone. I'm just that the signal won't keep going in and out. But again, I don't know, honey. Well, Sunday semester, what it is. So, but again, she just wished they would have kept planning or whatever. And when her mama asked her, "Well, are y'all ready to get married?" You know what I'm saying? Are you ready? And when TT said, I don't know, I've never been married before, but I think, it's not much different than what we're doing now. So, like, the wedding is just really a formality. And I'm like, look, I get that for some folks who've been together for a long, long time and they've been living together and living as husband and wife for years and years. But I feel like TT and Sean have only been together like a couple years and it's already shaky. He already was supposed to, had cheated or whatever. He's in Jamaica, she's in LA. So it's like a lot already going on. Now be wondering like, do you really get what marriage is, girl? I don't think you're ready. I think you want to get married because you don't want to be a baby mama. I really feel like not saying TT don't love Shine, because I do think TT loves him or whatever. I think Shine loves TT as well. But I do think in her mind, she feels like it looks better if I have a husband and a child versus my boyfriend or my fiance and we still ain't married or whatever, and now I'm his baby mama. So a part of me feel like it's TT trying to keep up with appearances to just look like she's in a better light. But I'm like, girl, ain't no point in getting married today if y'all gonna get divorced in a couple years because y'all ain't ready. And you saying that, you don't know if y'all are ready because you had not been married before, it shows that you don't even know what marriage is. And my thing is, people need to know getting married is not just a formality. You really have to be ready because look, relationships in general is hard. Can you imagine having to be married? Y'all are legally bound, which means to leave that person, you need a whole judge to say, you can leave that person. Girl, take some time and just date him. Okay, and leave that be because other than that, it's gonna be some foolishness. Sean just wants a simple wedding. TD is just extra with everything. She just wants it to be perfect so no one will really have anything to say when they are going to talk anyway. I agree. And TD needs to, but that's something that's gonna not ruin, but cause issues if she is still doing things so it looks some kind of way based on who's looking at her. I'm like, girl, that's your man. If you love him, fine, fine, fine. We're gonna leave that be. Now her mom like, well, what's the rush to get married? And well, I want grandmama to be there. You know what I'm saying? So why wait? We get you on grandma there. It's a lot of people who probably can't make it, but there's no point in rushing a wedding because you want someone to be there when it happens if you not ready for marriage, okay? And her mom brings up how, well, y'all want to live in two different places. Even right now, like he has to be, well, she wants to be in LA. He, wants to be in Jamaica because he has a business in Jamaica, so his work is there. And when Titi said, well, we hope in like 3 months, you know what I'm saying? He'll have people in place there so that way he doesn't have to be there so often. If y'all can't even decide where to live right now and it's going to be literally in two different countries, okay, why y'all rushing to get, who wants to live separately from their spouse in the beginning of the marriage? I was like, girl, bye. Tita, you are not ready to be married. And it does not mean she's not ready to still be with Sean, but y'all need some baking time, okay? Cook them fries in the oven a little bit longer. Y'all need to bake a little bit more. Her mom is also a lawyer for Sean's business there in Jamaica. And she like, no, he gonna need it at least 6 months in Jamaica daily to even have the company make it. They like invest in like hemp and weed or whatever. And so because TT has whatever job she has in LA, she can't fully be in Jamaica that often either. So she feel like they both are just gonna have to give up, some things, be in different places for like a year to do what they need to do. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But TT's attitude and how she controls Sean a little bit is going to cause so much confusion and confliction and foolishness. It's going to be a mess because she don't trust that man at a bachelor party with cameras rolling and just some strippers. Okay, and we know that because it's based on how he acted. Now, even though in this episode we seen Sean say he didn't like the strippers, because he just got good at home with TT because of his stuff in the past. I get that, but either be with that person, love that person, and trust that person to be at a bachelor party and can be around strippers and he ain't gonna fuck them, or don't. But I'm like, if you can't trust that man when y'all in the same city, okay, in the same hotel room, in the same hotel building, how you gonna trust that man when he in a whole different country that you can't get to without a passport and some tickets, okay, and a taxi cab? So get off my face. Anyway, now later on they go look at the little beachfront property to where they're gonna have the wedding, okay, because again they're in Florida, beachfront. Whatever. Let's hope my signal don't be stupid again. Again, beachfront wedding. They're in Florida. It's still being crazy. Um, but she like, I want the wedding to be on the inside. I don't like sand. I don't want sand in my dress. I don't want sand in my feet. I just do not want, to be on the beach. And I'm like, what? And Sean said, wow, having the wedding in here is just like being in New York. What's the point of being here, at a beach? Okay, a beachfront property, and we not gonna have the wedding on the beach. That's kind of crazy. I said it is crazy. And then you can see Sean is just he did not like the venues, the location where they would have gotten married. It was a little bit like, it was a weird awning behind it. He's like, when the sun was set, I can't even see the sun is in my face. And those are things to think about. And he was like, well, these are the things I don't like. And when TT said, well, stop being, a brat, be nice because it's this going to be the best day of your life. And I'm like, but he is giving you real concerns. Like if the sun is setting, I can't see you because the sun is in my eyes. Not only that, for photos, it's going to be like a storefront property in the background of us. What sense does that make when we are here at a beachfront? Why would we not go down to the beach? And so when they went down to the beach, she complained more. Oh my God, the sand, the rocks, it's already sand in my feet. Have you never seen them line the walkway of the wedding party, walking down the aisle with like a runner? You don't have to walk in the sand. And when they dance, and they can get like um a platform for them to walk on. I'm looking like, right, why not ask, how can I not be, walking in the sand? The clear thing with me would be put a blanket down if you have to, okay? Put a blanket down, whatever. But acting like, oh my God, it's gonna be horrible. I've always hated sand. Then why do you want a beachfront property wedding? TT be on some bullshit sometime, and it aggravates me because you want the people in the wedding, the bride and the groom, to have what they want, but she be so irrational about things as like, why do you want it on the beach? Because we had a beachfront property. What's what I want to be? And then to make it seem as if, Sean is the one being difficult. And I'm like, no, TT, is you. It's you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I would love to get married on the beach. Well, I wouldn't. But if I would not have a beachfront wedding location and then not have my wedding on the beach. That would just be stupid. Okay, that would be like, what's the point? You could have had it at a regular hotel anywhere else. Okay, I was like, girl, should the cast of this show graduate to Love and Hip Hop in the next 10 years or so? No. No, we can barely tolerate them here. So no, we can no. I hope Love and Hip Hop has been canceled within the next week. Love and Hip Hop does not need to still be on in 10 years. It does not. It can go away like other shows have in the past. No, ma'am. Unless they get new, we would need a whole new cast, whole new premise. Get out. No, ma'am. No, no, no. But anyway, TT finally decides, okay, fine, we can have the wedding on the beach. It'll be what's gonna be. I really this, and I'm not trying to speak down on anyone's marriage, but I do feel like if TT and Sean does not get better connected, if they don't communicate more, if he don't trust, not it will, if they don't trust each other to have these honest conversations, and stop being stubborn, TT, y'all ain't gonna last 5 years. Because someone is going to get tired of someone and then want to divorce the other person. And that's just what's going to happen. Now, JoJo and Denise at the house or whatever. JoJo was sick. Y'all know when men get sick, they are big babies. Okay. Oh my God. My nose is running. Can you please give me some Jesus tissue? Because my nose hurt. It's like, sir, calm down. You're not dying. It's cold. It's just a little nose run or whatever. JoJo on the couch playing video games for him because he had little headphones on. So I'm like, you have enough energy to play the game, but not enough energy. I'm sorry. Anyway, so they fussing mainly because JoJo has a cold. He's asking Denise, his wife, to if she can if you can okay, if you put the baby down and I can watch him, and could you run to the store and get me some medicine because I have this cold, I can't kick it or whatever, and I haven't taken any medicine for my cold. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on both of their parts. Do I feel like JoJo was wrong for saying, hey, I don't feel good, I feel sick, we don't have any medicine in the house. Could you run to this? I'll watch the baby. Just put him down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get up and watch him. But put the baby down or whatever. I'll watch the baby when you go. And could you get some medicine for me? I don't feel like he's wrong for that. I feel like that's a regular request from a husband to a wife or from a wife to a husband, if the roles are reversed. So I don't see an issue with that. Now with Denise is like, look, I just made you some tea. Okay. I have the baby right now. So I can go to the store. Yeah, I can do it, but I can't do it right now. Okay. Do you want to just order it from Uber, whoever delivers shit, okay? Here we have ship. You want to order from shipped or whatever, and it can be delivered. And he like, well, no, I don't want to wait, hours for it to be delivered. The store like is down the street, if you can just run down and get, what I'm saying? And she like, well, why can't, okay, well, just wait. And he didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait, and she did not want to leave at the drop of a hat. So, in my opinion, they both played a part in that argument. The fact that JoJo then got up and went himself means, nigga, you was okay enough to go yourself, for one. Okay? But feeling like you don't want to wait for the medicine when you've already not taken the medicine is like, you can wait because you've been waiting. Don't rush me because you now want something ASAP. So I do feel like him feeling like he had the right to tell her that she has to go right now was some bullshit. Okay, in my opinion, absolutely. But I also feel like when you are in a marriage, you should want to take care of your person. Because the way I look at it is if Denise was sick and the roles were reversed and she asked him, hey, can you go get me some medicine real quick? And he said, well, yeah, but can you wait? People would have been pissed. So I always try to look at things from both perspectives about if the roles were reversed, we feel the same way, and we would not. JoJo could not tell Denise, well, I know you don't feel good, but no, you cannot go. I can't go get you medicine right now. Just wait. So I'm like, but they both played a part because he got up and went anyway. So, sir, you wasn't even so sick to not get up and go. You just wanted her to do that. And she said, well, hold on. So they are, I don't know if this is them causing little BS fussings and fightings just so that they can have something on the show, because usually they're boring. But I do think Tanisa's point in saying how she don't feel herself, like we know something going on with her, after having a baby. So that part I think is true. But the thing, I'm like, this little thing right here, I don't know how real it is or whatever, because it's foolishness. Yeah, it's foolishness. Now, when he told her how, she has to make time for herself or whatever and the kids, but she also should not let her wife as a role be what she kind of lacks on. It was very insensitive of him to say that at that point in time. But in real life, that is a conversation a husband and wife will have. And even though JoJo is a big baby who gets on my nerves and can get up and get his own goddamn go medicine, at the same time, husbands and wives should have that conversation if the husband or the wife feel like, well, something up, and I just feel like you care more about A, B, C, and D and not about me, then I'm like, what's going on here? Because if a wife feel like her husband is not being, there for her, she should be able to voice that. So in hindsight, JoJo should too. He just should not do it for these petty baby ass reasons. Okay. And I was like, and again, I feel like they have enough money. Why don't y'all have a nanny? Because it seemed like Denise is overwhelmed. Okay. In my opinion. I thought he said he didn't want to waste $5, not wait 5 hours. I thought he said he didn't want to wait 5 hours because usually when he has stuff delivered, sometimes it can take some time. So my hearing was he said he didn't want to wait 5 hours. Because I'm like, I can't imagine him saying he don't want to waste $5. I don't think it is. But again, I feel like they have too much money for her to feel like everything is all on her. The kids are all on her. And I'm like, he should see, because he sees something's up. So I don't get why they don't have help. Because it is 2 kids. She did have postpartum before. You know what I'm saying? Now he's sick. It's like, if you sick, you shouldn't even be around the baby. You ain't the baby sick. Okay, even though it may not be COVID, you do not want your kids no cold. Because a newborn with a cold is, honey, no ma'am. No, sir, not today. But again, that's on them. That's on them. Because she feel like she has a lot on her plate. And I'm like, okay. And I think he understands that. And that's why he's saying, well, but I don't want you to feel like the one thing you can slack on is being my wife. Okay, well, get your wife some help. Denise, ask your husband, we need help around here because I'm doing too much. But again, it's girl, I'm leading B. Anyway, he went at his own medicine. Now, little scene, Egypt, Sam, Boobie, not Boobie, Boogie, and Eric up here chitting, chatting or whatever. It was a dumb scene to me. I really never understand why they have all them meet up to talk about stuff that doesn't matter. Because the only good part about it was whatever song he was playing of some artist he's working with. I like the beat of the song. I don't like that can't be them, but Sam don't sound like that. Neither does Egypt. So again, it was somebody else. Now he said, I may go to jail for up to 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And I just want everyone to make sure that Egypt keeps pushing herself and blah, 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 blah. Bruh, look, stop it. Anyway, Egypt does later on talk to Boogie though, and she was telling him that, she's sad that, Sam could be going to jail and, he didn't even do anything or whatever, I'm saying. And, she wants to have kids with him and she only wants to be with Sam, only want him. I will wait the 10 years for him. Girl, and I don't want him in jail and people are testing him, because they think this and that. I'm like, if Sam goes to jail, he's going to get beat up. Sam going to get beat up simply because of his personality and his ego. Okay, and I don't know if people in the prison watch Growing Up Hip Hop, but I do believe they may beat him up. But Sam sometimes needs to just sit down somewhere and be quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they live broke, that's about the small. I don't think that's their real house. I think that's where they filmed the show. Truthfully. Yeah, I don't believe they really live there when they're not filming the show. I think that's the Airbnb they know and they rent when they're filming the show. I can't believe that's their space at all. I don't think no, I don't. But again, it is what it is. So even them up and chit and chatting or whatever, and I'm like, how did Sam say how he heard about the bachelor party and how Sean did not want to see strippers or whatever. And Boogie said, with 6 guys and just 2 girls, it was basically too many penises and not enough vaginas. I was like, Boogie, just stop. I'm paraphrasing. But, Eric, well, yeah, the wedding coming up, you know what I'm saying? The y'all coming. And I'm like, why does anybody care about if Egypt and Sam was coming to TT's wedding? No, they don't get along. They don't talk. I'm like, I'm tired of the same conversation. And Sam said, look, I wasn't invited or whatever, but I don't want to go anyway. And Egypt said, well, I was not invited. My aunt keeps calling me, Maureen, who was TT's mama. but I have not been invited either. I'm like, because it's a bunch of BS, okay? It's not their real house because when JoJo had a conversation with Lil E at the salsa lesson, he said it wasn't because they only came to LA to film. Right. So I'm like, that's where when they shoot the show, that's where they are. I really feel like they live in New York, you know. So I don't know. And why don't I ever see the other daughter? Where's she at? At their real house with a real nanny. Anyway, so when we leave to a separate scene, it was Egypt, it was Sam, it was Egypt, Sam, Sequoia, her mama, Tiny, Lil KC, who y'all know I don't like, and then Lazy Bone. And I'm like, what's going on here? But the conversation was really with Lazy and Sam, okay? Because Sam loves telling everyone how he may be going to jail for this and that, and you know what I'm saying? And so, okay, I'll talk because I've been through some things. Let me know what's going on. So Sam sort of kind of finally tells the story of what happened. He brings up how, you know what I'm saying, people have been, judging him or whatever, how he had been depressed, how people, he got this whole rep. People call him, he's a opportunist. He up there trying to do things and this and that. Like, people think that about me without knowing me, and I ain't did nothing. I'm like, it's not even that Sam didn't do anything to make us feel like he's a user and an abuser, but he's done things that make it look like, well, you ain't doing nothing. Like, you met her, kind of got your hooks in her or whatever, and got her hooks in her mama, and then they were doing all these things for you. So while you may not have forced them to do these things like a real innocent little scammer, you still led a path to make Egypt feel like you're her one and only. And that has now led to now y'all being married or whatever. So this came off like a sleazeball. And it was based on how you acted on the show. And I was like, that's on you, bro. But again, because of all these things, how he felt, he said he was depressed because he also felt like his life wasn't where he wanted it to be. So he went out drinking. Okay. Now he brings about he was drinking or whatever, and how once Egypt got there, he had already been drinking for a while. Meaning I was already drunk by the time Egypt got there. And when Egypt later on was talking to Tiny, saying, I was there the whole time, you lying. Because he just said you weren't there until later. So you were not there the whole time. So which to me means you don't know what happened before you got there. You don't know what happened or what he said or what he did to piss anybody off that caused this whole altercation. But again, I'm gonna leave that be. Because Egypt still says how Sam didn't do anything wrong to be charged with these charges. Like, he did not do what they're charging him with, and so he's innocent. Which to me shows you can't even hold that man accountable for what he did to get himself in this situation. That's stupid. But I'm gonna leave that be as well. Back to Lazy and Sam talking. So again, Egypt got there later when he was already drunk. Okay, he said, I don't even know how I got to the top of this parking lot that we were in, but they have security cameras or whatever. And he said then when security came over, he said it was all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, I'm cool, bro. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. And so up there, he said they started going off him or whatever, calling him the F word, and is, I guess, fussing with him for whatever reason. But he never really, and that's how the fight started. But he never really said anything outside of the security came up there, started yelling at me, going off on me, talking stuff about me, and that's why the altercation happened. So to me, what that means is you were drunk and you don't fully remember what really happened. You probably don't even remember what you fully said, because when he keeps stressing how, I can drink, I've been drinking, meaning you were so drunk, you don't fully remember what happened. You think you know, but you don't really know. And that's how I feel about it. So it's like, it's just dumb. And when Lane's like, look, you know what I'm saying? If you feeling some kind of way, that's fine. But you know what I'm saying? He said how he respects life too much to waste time, because he was shot in the head at 16. He saw his best friend die when he was 18. So he was just trying to handle business. He's like, look, you have to work on the character that you want to rebuild in yourself or whatever, to show people you somebody different. But drinking got you into trouble. Okay. And so it's time for you to stop drinking to fix whatever these issues are. I'm like, Lazy was giving some great advice. Rebuild your character, stop drinking and being dumb, because drinking and being dumb is just stupid. It's gonna cost you more than you think it's gonna be. Because I've done things drunk that cost me a whole bunch of money and I was on some dumb shit. And it was a cool conversation, but I still feel like both Sam and Egypt never want to admit y'all on some BS. Oh, on some complete BS. Sam is so lame. Egypt is young and dumb, and and has poor guidance. She does. Sam loves to tell a story because he wants to be tough so bad, and he not tough, and that's the dumb part. I'm like, no one believes you tough, bro, at all. And it seems like your toughness and drunkenness is what's gonna get your ass arrested in prison. Now, we haven't heard anything in the news about him going to court or anything like that. So I must feel like, is this a real story? Did it really happen? I don't know. And I also don't care. But I feel like Sam ain't innocent in this. How we know? Because as he said, I have been drinking a lot. So he was drunk and dumb, real drunk and dumb. Now Eric, his wife Aaliyah boogieing some girl he dated named AD, and they go on salsa dancing. Now when JoJo get there, Denise wasn't there. Okay, so JoJo sitting around there feeling like, oh well, I'm the only one here without somebody. I feel stupid, and I was like, well, that's not bad. Now JoJo tells them, Denise told me she come, we're gonna wait on her. Because she said she was gonna meet me here, but he there like kind of texting or whatever, and then she says how, oh, I can't come. I can't make it, which pisses JoJo off, and then JoJo wants to leave. Now, when JoJo leaves or whatever, I feel like Eric knows he has a wife, and him is always asking things to just be nosy. Like if this man just said, well, if he came in and said she on her way, why you asking him where she at? How do he know he not there? He waiting on her too. And then when he said, oh, she just texted that she can't make it, so I'm gonna leave. Why y'all wonder why he leaving? Because he has no one to dance with. It's supposed to be a couples. Why would I stay? I'm leaving. I will talk to y'all later. Let me go check on my wife. But I'm like, whatever. Eric goes to check on JoJo to see what's going on. And JoJo, like, look, things been off between me and her, since we got here. I don't know what the issue is or whatever. Like, we had childcare set up. I don't know why she canceled it. Like, she stood me up. I'm her husband. And I don't know as a husband why my wife was standing me up. I'm like, JoJo, again, stop being a baby. And Eric do say, look, when we go through things or whatever, it could be postpartum. So like, just let it ride. Don't really, saying, hone in on it. And he said, I can't let it ride. I can't let it ride. Okay. Because I don't feel love for my wife. And I wonder if this can be fixed. And I'm going to say this. I don't feel like JoJo's wrong for saying he feels like things are off between him and his wife. You're supposed to notice this kind of stuff. You're supposed to know, we don't do these things no matter what's going on. The issue I have is he makes it such a big issue, as if she is out here just leaving him destitute, when he don't have no wife, she gone. It's like, bruh, she at the house. You know where she at? Go talk to her. It's fine. So yeah, he's dramatic. He's very, very dramatic and it's stupid. He ignored Eric's wife. I wanted to do the same thing. Because like, why you keep, this is the thing. Eric's wife brings nothing to the show yet. She's always just standing around there asking questions that don't really matter, or said, I didn't know this and I didn't know that. Well, then let's be quiet over there. Okay, we don't need that. Now, the next morning, first of all, the following morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, with JoJo and Denise talking, the fact that she had a face full of makeup, I'm like, lady, so either she slept in her makeup or got up early to get it done to be on camera. But neither one of y'all just woke up. Y'all been woke, got back in the bed, and then woke up again for the cameras. I'm gonna leave that be. So they up fussing and talking about the whole thing about her not showing up to salsa, and him complaining about it to her at 8 a.m. Again, are y'all making that reason to fuss for the cameras for the show? That's what I feel like it is. Because I'm like, I just don't believe it all the way. Now he like, why you cancel daycare, not daycare, child care, I'm saying, and then didn't show up. Like that was crazy, crazy, crazy. We had it set up for a reason, and you canceling it kind of messed things up, and you stood me up. I just stand you up. Okay, I told you, I put the baby to bed or whatever. I was tired. I didn't have anything to wear. And my thing was, why y'all set up childcare only for the time y'all be gone. Why not set up a couple hours prior so that Denise would not be tired? It's like, what don't y'all have money or are y'all broke? I'm confused because if me and my husband going out, to have a good time or whatever, I don't want to sit or get there after I've already done most of the work with my child. I would want you to get a little bit early so I can have time to chill out, to get dressed, and then to leave. I'm gonna leave that be. So JoJo not hearing her say I was tired. I didn't have anything to wear. Okay, she gave valid reasons why she didn't feel like going out to dance or whatever. Now his thing is, again, I feel things are off between us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I put a little date or whatever for dancing because, and then you just didn't show up. And I feel like the same way he not hearing her say, I was tired, I didn't have anything to wear, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like, going or whatever. She not hearing him say, something is wrong with us. I'm trying to fix it and you just don't want to, what I'm saying, hang out with me, whatever. So again, I feel like both not listening to each other. JoJo is more dramatic for no reason. Okay, he is too dramatic for no reason. And I like that he did ask, like, do you think it's postpartum? Like you had with our daughter? Like, it's something. Cool. At least put that in the atmosphere, but you're still being insensitive in even how you're bringing it up to her. As if something wrong with you, not something could be also wrong with me. It's something wrong with both of them. Okay, and that's the issue. And now he like, you could have worn whatever. She's telling you she can't fit the clothes in the closet. Now my thing is, we've seen her go places in clothes, so she has clothes. I just wonder if she felt like I can't get dressed up because the dress up clothes I have ain't shit. I may have around the house clothes, some running to, a little meet and greet with the girls or whatever. I have that little stuff, but I don't have anything to look cute. And I'm like, Jojo, take her shopping until her body is back right. Buy her some things that she can just put on right now. But again, they are both creating division. And I agree. She's super attached to the baby. I do agree with, okay. And that's not a good or a bad thing, but I notice it. And she has to learn, because even somebody said in a review how her going to the store to get him medicine could have been her giving herself some me time, and she won't do that. They was not, it seemed like she consistently, wants to be with the baby. And it's like she doesn't want to leave and be elsewhere. And I was like, she's, that's her right to do. But I also can see someone saying she's complaining about not having me time in the time that she can at least leave the house and not have to deal with the kids or him. Even if she's going to give him some medicine, stay gone for an hour. It's me time. Just breathe. Sit in the car and just breathe. But again, it's something between them that they both need to address that they're not addressing. Okay. And she does admit that she isn't happy. I'm not happy. I don't know why, but I don't want to lose myself how I did with the first baby. Okay. So I try to do what makes me happy. And at that point in time, what made her happy was not having to force herself to put on clothes that she did not feel comfortable in to go salsa dance with two other couples. She won't do that. Okay. And her husband is just being an asshole about it. Okay. Now he like, well, is it me that makes you unhappy? Is it me? Because I just wonder if you forget you my wife too. I'm like, now y'all beefed out. Now y'all beefed out because neither of y'all are listening, but JoJo is being team too much in it. But I'm not gonna act like his concerns about how he feels are wrong. It's just a fucked up time or whatever. The episode's end where Brianna said, she was on live and the police like kicked in her door, like arrested her, whatever, and she was fussing. So it ends with that stuff. But I feel like because they didn't really explain what was going on, I don't care yet. I guess I'll care next episode. But she said she was wrongfully arrested, snatched out of her house while in her underwear and almost shot in front of her son. And I was like, okay, we will discuss that next time, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna end it here because that was the whole episode. It was a whole episode. Well, let's see. The baby is only 2 months. I agree. It wouldn't be me time because JoJo also told her to take the baby in the stroller. Yeah, he did, but he would know. he first said, if you put the baby here, it's fine. Or if you want to take him in the stroller. He said both. I would have left the baby there with him and went to the store and would have been gone for an hour. Okay. Mommy gets to decide me time. Only the mommy. JoJo was being sensitive. I agree. Okay, but that's what it is. We'll see what happens next week. Anyway, I am about to be live in about 10 minutes to do Ready to Love because that's my next review. Anyway, gotta go. Love you all. Thank you for watching live, and also thank you for the reviewers, the rewatchers who's gonna watch the replay. Gotta go. Peace.
So filled with stress.